Welcome to Spurs Vision TV. Right. Good evening to our guys in Asia. Right. Good evening. Good afternoon. Right. Good afternoon to our guys in Europe. Oops. Who's got a phone call? Right. And of course, good morning to all you guys in Americas. Right. Especially Canada. Right. Where Brian Daigle is. Today we have a special guest. Apart from us, four guys. Right. In the panel now. Just give a big welcome to a special guest of mine, Maisy. Hi, Maisy.
Hello, hi. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for being on. We did a great preview before the game last Saturday, right? So it was just a correct thing to invite you on back onto the show after the game. So we just have a short talk about the the review of the game. So of course, being a Spurs fan, of course we are sad that we lost to you guys, but more or less, in my opinion, the match was quite weird, right? You guys weren't any better apart from you having Cristiano Ronaldo banging in the goals, and we were quite attacking. We had more of the possession, and more or less, if I'm not mistaken, Ralph listened to me, right? Low block Spurs, and you'll win the game, right? But Maisy, I know you're short for time today, so before I continue, just have a big shout out to the guys in the chat, like Ben Kaufman, right? Ben, big up to Ben. Yeah. Hi, Cody. You're not getting better looking. Guess who's on? Yeah. I take it back, right? And Niall Kane, big up to Niall. Hi, Niall. Big up. And of course, we have Johnny. Hi, Johnny. Right. Johnny's in the chats too. And of course, we got Chris Agamba. Hi, Chris. Right. Thanks for your support, guys. Let's get to Maisy. Maisy, and hold on. One more guy who to say it. Big up to Bobby K. Good morning to you, Bobby. Bobby's in Canada. Right, Bobby's in Canada, right? And Maisy, just to get your point of view in the game against Spurs. What did you see?
Can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you, Arthur, loud and clear. Right. Yeah. What were the points actually? Yeah. What were the points that you would say, right, that actually brought you the win?
Have we lost Eugene?
No, I'm still here. I'm still here.
We're all here, Arthur.
We're all here, Arthur. Yeah,
I can't see Eugene.
You can't see me. Yep, I'm here.
I can see the lovely Maisy. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, Maisy, meet Barry, but his name is actually Nick, right? And Brad. Right, and Arthur, right, yeah. Meet the guys in the chat, right?
Nice
back to the point.
All.
Yeah, back to your view on the Spurs game.
For me, in terms of the Spurs game, I think we were both pretty much the same as each other, but I just felt like Manchester United was better in terms of the chances. I know Harry Kane did have a penalty, which of course was from Alex Telles. That was definitely a penalty for me, just because it is a handball. I know a lot of Man United fans were criticising, saying, well, Eric Dyer's done the exact same thing. But when you do look at it with the Eric Dyer situation, the reason why that penalty wasn't given was the fact that he was a little bit nearer, so it was a more of a natural kind of position, whereas with Tellers had a lot more time to react compared to Eric Dyer. So, and I do understand why the penalty wasn't given in that case. I do think the goals from Manchester United were pretty well. From all of them, from Ronaldo actually, go from Fred, probably one of the best games Fred has had as a Manchester United player. And I think what really did cost Spurs for me, it was probably just more of that. When you look at that last goal in the corner, the marking and the positioning of the goalkeeper for me was what really did ruin Spurs, because we could have had it as a 2-2 and probably would have been more fair. Would have been fair, to be honest, just knowing how but all of the team was, because we know that a couple of chances was made there from Reguilon from Spurs. I think Reguilon was probably Spurs' best player on that day too.
That's true. That's true. But like being Spurs fans, for me is that I was very, very perplexed that how come Son keep falling down, right? So
boot manufacturer.
the thing is, you don't even know whether it's his boots, right? But he keeps slipping. Every time he slipped, right? Slept. Every time he slipped, it was like when it was in a crucial position where if he had the ball, he could have passed it on and made something out of the ball. But he conveniently fell down, right? And it wasn't just only Son. Some of
You
the
know
players
what's happened with Eugene?
I'm still here. Can you hear me, Arthur? Arthur is having technical problems at the moment, right? Right, Arthur. Maybe you
Come back, Maisy. All is forgiven.
No, Arthur. If you want to, maybe you log out and you log in again. Then maybe things will clear up. Then you will see me then.
Turn it off and turn it on again.
Yeah. Log in and log out again, Arthur. Yeah, maybe you have to log in and log out again, right? But like being Spurs fans that we went in there with a lot of hope. But
I'm coming over all right, am I?
Yep, you're coming over, all right. You can hear clearly. Yep, all right.
Begins to make me wonder.
How we played, we had more possession than
Maisy.
Hello.
Boom.
Yeah. Like in the game, we had more possession, right? We every time when we went a goal down, you guys low blocked us, correct, Maisy?
Yeah. And I think Nemanja Matic was a big part of that for me as well. And putting that natural defensive midfielder on compared to two box-to-box midfielders truly did work, because you've got some attacking threat there on the pitch of Harry Kane and Son. And there's a new one. I can't pronounce his name. It's like it starts with a ske at the end. I'm sure it's called. Yeah, him as well. He's another threat for me into that Tottenham side, and to have that defensive midfielder to try and break down the play a little bit quicker, I think it worked in our favour. And I think if we had Scott and Fred both in there, I think you probably would have drew with us or even get 3 points from us.
That's true. That's true. In the end of the day, you guys won, right? So we can't say much of anything in the end of the day. So, but we were consistently being, inconsistent on, our win-loss record. So, but based on your record, Maisy, right, in the Premier League, you guys are doing quite well, right, if I'm not mistaken?
So we've had 1 loss in 5 in the Premier League, and that was against Manchester City. But we have got tough games coming ahead. We've got Leicester, who are wanting to prove something. We've got Everton, who's fighting relegation. Norwich, who's fighting relegation. We have got Arsenal coming up. We have got also Liverpool coming up. So the next 5 games aren't even going to be easy.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But our run-in seems to be a bit more easier, but,
stop giving us hope, Maisy. You're giving us hope now.
I think I'm giving the Arsenal fans a bit of hope.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. Right. But in the end of the day, how would you say? Whatever happens, it's now all three of
Eugene.
all 3 of the teams that we are at, right?
What's
we all are.
to?
Yeah, I'm still here, Arthur. I'm still here. I think.
Stop smiling, Barry, and speak up.
Barry, tell Arthur.
He's still here. Arthur, Eugene's here, mate. We can see you all. We can hear you. We're all good.
Barry, tell Arthur maybe he has to log out and log back in again.
You might need to log out and log back in again, Arthur. What Eugene saying?
Yeah, you log out, log back in, then I'll bring you back in again. Then you won't be technically you won't be not seeing us. All right, sorry. Technical issues by Arthur. Right. All the 3 teams, right? The potential, we consider ourselves potential for the top 4. Of course, we still have to consider West Ham and maybe Wolves in the equation. But all the teams now, apart from West Ham, but I think West Ham will be playing tonight against Sevilla. If West Ham get knocked out of the Europa Cup, correct? All of us will be more or less considered free to concentrate on the league, right? And in the running of the games,
How are we doing, guys?
Arthur, can you see me now? Right.
Can you see Eugene, Arthur?
Let me see. Let me remove Arthur. And let me bring in. Hi, Stephen. Yep.
He's changed
and talk. Yep. Arthur turned to a young boy. What happened?
What are you on about?
No. We were talking about Arthur. Arthur was having some technical problems, so he's logged out. Yep. Right. And let me see. Bring in Arthur. Arthur, can you hear us? Nope. Arthur can't hear us. Right. How are you doing, Stephen? Feeling better today? Oh, Stephen can't hear. How are you feeling, Stephen? Are you feeling better today?
Yeah, I'm all right. I was feeling better after last night.
Right, that's good. Yeah. Okay, Stephen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, don't be so cheeky, right? You're playing Liverpool tonight, right? So
I know. Well, I know we're gonna get battered. That's the thing.
Okay, you know you get battered. No, we were talking about let's say the three of the teams here being represented: Spurs, Arsenal, and Manchester United. All of us don't have Europe or any other commitments right now, right? But based on the games in hand that we have to play, right? Who do you think has the more difficult road to the top four? Arthur? Sorry, Stephen? Arthur. I keep calling him Arthur. Why? Can you hear me, Stephen?
I think Arsenal's a big test to them.
Yeah.
It's because they have more games to play. But they also, it's more of a mental side for us. Have we got the mentality to keep up what we're doing? So we're doing it now, but we got to keep it to the end of the season. So it's all about for me. It's all about keeping the same mentality throughout. If we can do that, we'll get top four.
And Maisy, do you think your run-in will be much better than Arsenal's?
When you do look at it, we haven't got easy games whatsoever. We've still got a couple of big teams to play, like Liverpool. We've still got Chelsea to play, second to last game of the season. We've got Arsenal to play, who are in good form at the moment. And as well as that, we've got a couple of relegation teams to play. So, and we all know when it comes to near the end of the season, these relegation teams are wanting to pick up points to try and avoid relegation. And you do see some games what you wouldn't even expect there from relegation teams. So I think in a matter of fact it's probably going to be a hard test for Manchester United, and not just that, we're quite low in terms of our numbers in the squad because we've given away so many players on loan. So if we get a couple of injuries in the midfield or both our strikers get injured again, it's not going to look good for the Manchester United team.
That's true. And Barry, what about our team? What do you think about our squad and our chances?
Let's just talk about game by game. Let's not worry. We know we don't have the personnel. We don't have the, Stephen, you've got that Arteta out there as on your name, but he's been backed. He's been given what he needs, and you can see that they're reaping the rewards. So, yeah, we know I think we've spoken about this for weeks and months and everything else about the squad and what we need to do and strengthening and everything else. So it's that mathematically it's still possible. Realistically, based on our form, it's not possible. But you never know. I still don't want to. I still want to be like Iggy and be a bit positive about it. But I don't see how when we're win lose. So yeah, we're gonna back up tonight's win with a loss maybe at the weekend, and that'll be that'll be even worse. So yeah, there's a long way to go, and there's probably some more twists and turns. But I think someone said on Stell's show on Monday, we never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity, and that's what we'll probably do again if the opportunity arises, based on Arsenal having to play United, Liverpool, Arsenal tonight. Chelsea having to play, they need to play. So yeah, I think we'll just fall short. But we just need to put a run of games together. That's what we need to do, rather than this win lose. So
Yep. And we lost Brad, and Brad is back. Hi,
Yeah,
Brad.
you all went. Every one of you went.
Oh, there's something wrong with the internet on your side of the pond or
No,
something?
I'll just check my connections are good.
Yeah. All right. Unless I cannot, because usually if I'm having bad internet connection, I disappear, right? And I do that quite often. Right. But coming down to it, right, Stephen, Arsenal has been having a good run of games now, right? Based on form, you guys are actually on top. If I'm not mistaken.
I mean, I'll say it is due. Right, we are doing really well at the minute, and with staying consistent and getting the results that we need, even if we're not playing well. But and the reason I still have a reservation with the manager is that I have already made it clear. Like, I got rid of one manager, which started this whole train of managers, getting rid of Wenger, because I was not competing for a title anymore. I was just sitting there competing for top four, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted to be competing for titles again. So, and after knocking us out of Europe, it comes to me in the end. I have very high standards for this club, and I've grown up on the fact that we should be challenging should be up there challenging with the best teams, especially with the size of our club and the amount of money we spend. So, if that's the case, then do I feel that Arteta, even if we get there, can beat Pep and Klopp in a title fight? No. So why am I going to hang around with him? I know better managers we could get that can do this job and still do what we're doing, but could possibly take Klopp and Pep on.
That's true. Right. Big up to Bob Spur. Right. Bobby is one step at a time.
Title race, then I'll check. If he gets in a title race, then I'll hold my hands up and say I got it wrong. But at the moment, I'm not there yet. So
that's why you're still Arteta out.
Yep.
Yep. And big up to Bobby, right? He's recovering well, one step at a time, Bobby, right? Today he stood up and did a few steps in front of us on a video, right? Just to let Maisy know. And Maisy, he's saying Daisy. You remember Stell called you Daisy on his show?
Oh, yeah. Stell called me Daisy on the show, and then he called me something else after backstage after the show. I can't remember what he called. He called me Cursed behind backstage. And
called you Cursed. Oh.
Honestly, it made me laugh. So Stell said I can call him whatever I want with him now. So I've got the pass of I could call Stell what he likes, what I like. So
call him what you like, but not late for dinner.
Yeah. And of course, a big shout out to the guys in chats, right? Okay, Static saying hi to us, and of course Stephen and Maisy, right? And of course Cody Mac is laughing at Stell, right? And that's Stell, right? Sometimes you don't blame him; he doesn't sleep much, so that's why he does that.
No one sleeps on this community. No one sleeps. I mean, I'm the only person that sleeps.
I try to get as much sleep as possible, right? But coming back more to the top four race now, right? If any of you guys think that Wolves or maybe West Ham are in the equation,
I don't think so. No, I think it's Arsenal, Man United, Arsenal we know on a good run at the moment. Man United are on, apart from the Man City game, are on a good run. So I know this is stating the bleeding obvious, but it's going to take Spurs to go on a really, really good run over the last 11 games, and for Man United and Arsenal to obviously their good run to stop and go on an average run. But it's a long way. It's actually quite similar to the Mind the Gap season, but we know what happened there. So maybe the same will happen this time. But no, it's going to be very, very difficult because Spurs aren't consistent at the moment. They're just not consistent, and can you trust them at the moment? I can't. No. So it's going to be difficult. It's not impossible. It's not impossible, but it's going to be bloody difficult.
I know, and of course, Chris is in the chats. Big up to Chris.
Chris,
And look what,
Chris,
yeah,
like,
Chris, yeah,
Chris, you say no trophy panel. You're not even in the top half, mate.
That's what. Yeah. Okay. Chris is all just good banter, right? Chris. Yeah, Chris is a nice guy. I don't know whether he's free.
Yeah,
He's free.
he's
Maybe,
alright,
maybe. Yeah, we'll throw him a link and ask him to hop on. Yeah.
He does it just
Right.
to wind everyone up. He really does. It's funny.
Okay. Now it's asking Maisy. Question for you, Maisy. Do you think that there are too many egos?
I've always said though, I've always said this on streams, and Manchester United do have egos at the club, and we need a kind of stern manager who is able to handle these egos at the club as well. There is going to be egos who'll be leaving in the summer because this contract's going to be run out. People who doesn't want to be there. From what I've been working out, up to 9 players could be leaving the club in the summer. From what happened at the start of the season to now, 9 players could be leaving. So we've got near enough a full squad. Well, near enough a full squad of the starting 11 what could be leaving. So what Manchester United really need to do is to bring a manager who can deal with egos, and a manager who is able to speak to the board to not be a bit of a yes man to the board as well, because there are things what could potentially damage Manchester United further down the hole. It's a hard one really in terms of these egos of what you can really do, because if these egos love the club, want to play for the club, you don't want to get rid of them egos. But if there's egos there who just don't give a crap, who are out for the majority of the season, let them go. But Manchester United, it's a bit like a prison. Once you're in there, you're not out of it.
That's true.
Like
what now,
top
Kane?
really?
Yeah. Well, like now is saying is right. It's Simone is one who takes no prisoners, right? Ten Hag could be another one, right? But
I don't think Simone sort of fits with the, and I hate saying this word, but with the Man United DNA. Den Hag more so, but I don't think Simone does.
Yeah. Guys, go ahead for a while. I'll just throw Bobby the link. He wants to hop on. All right. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, so I guess going back to your point about West Ham and Wolves, I think West Ham have got too many injuries now. So we'll just have to, we'll just have to see what's happening. But I don't think Simeone is going to go after yesterday's antics at the end of the game. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. There's going to be a bit of a merry-go-round with the managers in the summer, I can see. So.
I do agree in terms of the Wolves and the West Ham. I do think that Wolves need a couple of more attacking players before they can look at competing for top 4, because I know Jimenez is a brilliant striker, but he hasn't been the same since his injury. And the backup Fabio Silva isn't really brilliant for me. I know there's like Ruben Neves there, but I think with the likes of Adama Traore, depending on what his situation is coming into the summer, they might need another right-wing player themselves and another striker, in my opinion, before they start competing. And West Ham, they are lacking squad depth for me. You look at Antonio, who is quite injury-prone. There isn't a very good backup for him. They need a backup number 10 for me and a backup full-back for them to compete for top 4, in my opinion.
Yeah. Bobby, I've already sent you the link to your WhatsApp. If you're still listening, it's there for you to hop on, right? Okay, right. But at the moment, right, let's say what Chris is saying. To be frank, both Arsenal and Spurs are a hell of a lot better than the last season. So you're making it tough for the likes of Wolves and West Ham, right? So what Chris is saying is true, right? At the moment, Wolves and West Ham, somehow or another Wolves came into the equation, but I don't think they will be there in the long run or further down the line. But for teams like West Ham, they could be the dark horses if they do get kicked out of the. Yes, 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 yes.
He's always
Get
doing
kicked
it to
out.
me, so I'll give it back.
I know, I know, I know. Right. I mean, like West Ham, right? If they do get kicked out of the Europa Cup, because they're playing against Sevilla tonight, and if you're not mistaken, they're already 1 goal down, right? But they're playing at home or away tonight. If I'm not...
They're home.
They're playing tomorrow,
They're at home,
Eugene.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Oh, they're
that's
playing
After the-
tomorrow. Oh, yeah, they're playing
They're-
tomorrow. Yeah,
they're,
tomorrow.
They're
Yeah,
playing tomorrow. They're playing at
Yeah,
home
yeah.
because after the carnage they caused in Seville.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So they're playing
Well,
at
I'd say that, but it was just stupid by. That's actually stupid by UEFA. Why are you playing Real Betis and Seville in the same city? Like, there's going to be a fight.
It's a bit like Sunday's West Ham games on at 4:30. I don't
Yeah,
understand
this
that.
is the
either.
point.
Yeah.
That's why you
Let's
don't.
move it. Yeah, let's
This
give
is
the
why-
players, the
that's
fans
why
more
when-
time to drink. Yeah.
When I think remember when we were getting to the Europa League final, we'd have our game moved around because Chelsea were playing at home, so we'd have to play away, and that's what they do for London. So why is it they can't do the same for Seville? But no doubt they'll blame West Ham for that.
Whoever to blame, yeah, whoever to blame. But let's say if West Ham does get kicked out, right? So more or less, West Ham will have to focus back onto the league, right? So, but one thing that West Ham is that their squad is not very, the depth of their squad is not there too, right? So they didn't improve during the January transfer window. At the moment, Mikel Antonio is injured, if I'm not mistaken, right? Even though they beat, who did they beat on the weekend? Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Villa on the weekend, but what was it? Yarmolenko scored a goal and all that. It was very emotional. Yes, big up to Yarmolenko, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that in the long run, the team with the best depth at the moment, right, is still is Manchester United. Do you see it, or does Arsenal give them a run for their money? Don't look at Spurs, right? We know we are shit. Okay, right? We know we are shit, right? I mean, when we were like chasing the game, right, we had to take off Decky, correct, and bring on Wings. I was going like, what?
Well, I think it was we took off Decky and brought on Lucas Moura. I think to be more. I know what you say. I was watching Ali Gold the other night, and he was saying that the Man United press people in his press box were actually sort of saying, "Oh, why are they taking Kulusevski off? He's the best player, the biggest threat." But that's how it goes.
Yeah. Maybe Conte knows that maybe he can't go the full 90 minutes in that kind of scenario. Maybe his legs are giving out and all that, so he might turn out to be a risk, right? But look at the depth squad of Manchester United, right? They took off Cavani. They brought on Cavani for Ronaldo, or did they bring on Elanga for Ronaldo? I can't remember.
Cavani came on for Elanga, I think.
Cavani came on for Elanga.
Yeah.
All right. So you're talking about players like that. You have quality like Cavani to come on, right? For being Spurs, we don't have quality like that. For someone to replace that, right? And like say, at the moment now, Arsenal. How do you feel about? I mean, Stephen, your depth in your squad.
There isn't a depth.
There's still you guys have no depth too, right? So that means you guys are just waiting for some injuries to come along.
We're playing Xhaka in on midfield because it's the only option we've got.
Oh dear.
Mate, it's not because he's any good. Trust me. He's not worth 50 pence. Right? I don't care. Ben White might have been doing well the last few games, right? But honestly, if you're telling me I have to go to Brighton and spend 50 million, or I would spend it on a stick of rock. I'm not even lying. The guy's a liability, and half the time he's got Gabriel bailing his arse out. Right? So, but that's because we've got no depth. Because who else we got in that midfield? El Neni. Who else we got in that defence? Oh yeah, Rob Balding. Right, that's a great idea. So yeah, we've got no option but to play that team, and if we don't play that strongest team, we'll just play the same way that we play every week and not play to our strengths, and then we get battered because we don't adapt to the fact we've got a weakened side. That's because that's what happens every time Arteta doesn't have a strong side. But then everyone comes out and goes, well, he had injuries, he had suspensions. Every manager has frigging injuries and suspensions. Look at Leicester, for God's sake. At least they can grind out some sort of wins against some teams. Right? If we don't have our full strength team against Burnley or even against Burnley, we can't even beat them. Right? We saw that in January. But yet Leicester, if they played them with half their side, which is mostly this season, they'll still beat them because they adapt. That's why I have reservations still about this manager. And if you go for a title race, there are going to be points in the season. You're going to have to adapt your team to be able to grind out wins. If he can't do that now, what makes you think he's going to do that in the title race?
But Stephen, do you not think that you're, just as we're 6 or 7 players short of probably getting back up towards the top 4, you're 6 or 7 players short of challenging for the league?
Pretty much. There's still a lot that needs to be done. That's why I'm saying next season, first of all, it's getting top 4 next season. So next season, I'm expecting we should be top 4, make sure we're getting top 4 more comfortably, like Chelsea are doing right now. Try and get a trophy as a bonus. Do well in Europe. Do decently in Europe. Not make an absolute mug of ourselves. And then next season, go even further. And then the next season, you should be start looking at challenging for the league.
Actually, that's Stephen's sort of more or less saying what I was saying about Tottenham is that, everyone's going, oh, we should be challenging for titles. Well, no, let's take it gradually. Let's get rather than spending loads of money on 5 or 6 really average players, let's spend loads of money on 2 or 3 really good players, and then, like Chelsea have done this season, cement ourselves in the top 4. Maybe, as Stephen said, win a trophy, and then if you cement yourself in the top 4, then you attract the superstars for the following season. Then you make your title challenge, or
the problem is
title challenge.
The thing I see with Tottenham is there's no plan.
Well, no, we haven't had a plan
there's
since
no plan.
Since Pochettino. Since Pochettino, we've had no plan.
Since Poch left, what has been the plan at Spurs?
We haven't had one.
To
change managers.
Yeah.
But there's been no plan to rebuild the squad, right, around a certain player. Rebuild it around Son or Kane, because that's pretty much your most prolific strike force, right? But there's been no sort of plan to adapt and sort of rebuild the squad. So you've seen, and that's why Tottenham have now gone from someone that's pushing for top 4 nearly every season to now slumping further back down the table. Because there is no plan, there's no structure.
Well, we're hoping that with the new director of football or whatever he's called, Paratici, one of his remits is to change our scouting system to bring in, and look at who we're bringing in. And I would hope that Conte's got a plan. And the way he's been talking, if you read between the lines, he's more or less saying, "I'm staying if the Tottenham board agree with what his plans are." So that's what we're hoping on now. Whether it's going to happen or not,
whether Daniel Levy backs him is not
exactly, because as Leopard never changes its spot. So although it looks hopeful with Conte there and what he wants to do, we've still got to wait and see what happens in the summer. And when I say bring in 2 or 3 decent players, do it early as well. Do it in the first few weeks. Bed them in. But we'll see. We'll see.
At least start with Arsenal.
The major problem there, Brad, is that our scouting system's been crap for so many years, and now we're only just coming around to realise that they need...
I know. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Again.
Let me come to Maisy. Maisy, based on this season, the depth of your squad, how do you see it? Do you think you have enough to go all the way?
We did have squad depth at the beginning of the season, but due to things outside of football, things of the loan deals in the January transfer window, we have lost out on a few players. And of course, there is going to be players who's going to be leaving too. And I do think that there has been poor recruitment in terms of Manchester United. I know you've touched on like Edinson Cavani and Cristiano Ronaldo are threats there, but Manchester United shouldn't be having to rely on our youngest striker at the age of 34 to try and get goals, to try and get 3 points. We should be like Manchester City with a clear 5-year plan. And to say, right, look at Alvarez, who they got from River Plate. That should have been someone who Manchester United should have really scouted instead of coming out and saying that we was never interested in him. Them kind of things is what is going to ruin Manchester United. What's just going to get us on the downward spiral, because we're not even Manchester United anymore. We're more like retirement home FC at this point, because we're bringing all of these players on a free who's over the age of 30 because the other teams don't want to pay the wages, and that they don't want them at the club because they have a plan compared to Manchester United. I'm not discrediting some of our older players like the likes of Mata, the likes of Matic, because I think they've been good. But realistically, we should have bought a younger defensive midfielder who could be with us for a longer period of time, who can play a full 90. Mata, I think he's brilliant, but there is obviously the likes of Bruno Fernandes who's ahead of him now. So it's just very poor recruitment in terms of Manchester United, in my opinion, and we definitely do need squad depth coming into this summer transfer window, because in the next couple of years we've got the likes of Newcastle who have got their new owners. I can see them probably looking at competing for top 4 in the next 3 seasons. So that's just going to put us, going to put Man United further down, even Tottenham further down, maybe even Arsenal further down, because you've got teams with a plan who's getting stronger and stronger and stronger each season.
That is depending.
Our teams are getting weaker and weaker and weaker every season.
But it also depends on how. It depends with Newcastle. With Newcastle, it depends on how well they embed their structure upstairs, but before they in terms of, and then how they spend their money, and how they also sell the players they need to get rid of, and also how they buy the players they need as well. So there's a lot that needs to happen at Newcastle before it turns into success. Man City, for example, took 7 years, something like that, to turn into the team they are now. So there's a lot that still needs to be done at Newcastle before. I think for me it would be about 5 years for me, I'd say. But yeah.
The difference is with the money that Man City and Chelsea, well, until recently Chelsea had, was they could invest in a player, a lot of money in a player, but if it didn't work out, they could sell him and get another player in. When you've got money, you've got only a limited amount of money. Yeah, you can spend the big money, but you've got to make sure you get it right. With Man City and Chelsea, they could say, Chelsea signed Varane, didn't they? For about God knows how much. Didn't work out. Get rid of him. Get someone else in. And you can do that if you've got that sort of funds. But when you basically got a budget on a certain amount of money, you can only spend a certain amount of money, then you've got to make sure you get it right. And that'll be the advantage that Newcastle have, is that they've got so much money, they can afford to make mistakes in who they buy.
And sell them off, right? And sell them off. Before I go on to
just another thing, with what's happening with Abramovich now, I just wonder whether they'll cause an outcry of what's going on at Newcastle with their dodgy owners, their sort of record. So you do wonder.
It doesn't happen. Yeah, it doesn't happen that way, right? Before I go on, Danny Kyriakou, welcome to the chat.
Danny Kyriakou.
Yeah, this is
afternoon,
right? Hey, Bobby.
Hey, Bob.
Eugene, Ranjit, all right, mate. Daisy, Curse, whatever your name is. You're all right. Brad, big up. Dad,
Bob.
Right.
Great to see
Arthur.
you.
And Stephen, fucking cheer up, mate. You're in 4th position. You're surrounded by people who have got no hope this season. You try being a Spurs supporter, mate. Honestly, you got it good at the moment, mate.
Flush my head down the toilet.
Well, there you go. I mean, you got it good at the moment. It's of course there's room to improve, but considering where you were last season,
I'm not getting ahead of myself.
No, but trust me, you'd rather be in your position than where we are at the moment.
Of course.
So,
in the end, my end target is not top 4. My end target.
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you. If I was in your position, If I was in your position, I was on an Arsenal
Plus, we're not there yet.
channel.
And plus, we're not there yet.
Yeah,
Arsenal have fallen short before, so the modern Arsenal has fallen short.
And I speak for all.
I'm not there yet.
And I speak for all of us. I hope you fucking do as well. But Conte making his usual sounds.
Yeah.
Up leaving.
I like Conte interviews because you can read between the lines really obviously what he's saying. It's I do like his interviews.
I understand that he was talking to PSG recently.
He did what? Sorry, Arthur?
Talking to PSG.
No, I think that's just a rumour. I think it's just a rumour, I think.
Yeah, there's always rumour. Okay. All go around fake news, right? Now they're saying, right, I think top 4 will go right down to the wire and could be the last day of the season between Manchester United and Arsenal.
Cheers, Niall.
Cheers, Niall.
Cheers now.
Probably right.
They've still not announced the North London derby, so I'm guessing Sky are hoping that it goes down to that.
Yeah,
so that's going to be a shootout for it. That's what I'm thinking.
No, I've got a funny feeling. It's going to be the second last game.
Yeah. What Maisy's saying, right?
Burnley and Norwich, I think so.
Yeah,
that's
what
Maisy's saying. What Maisy is saying is like MU's penultimate game is against Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
So our penultimate game could be between Arsenal and us. You see, so
that's a Super Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, the penultimate game could penultimate game could be the last. The last throw of the dice for the three of our teams, right? If you discount out West Ham, we do discount out West Ham, right? But like what I've been saying, right? If West Ham does, Hi Kim. I haven't seen Kim. Yeah, hi Kim. Right. West Ham at the moment is like we are not putting them in the calculation of all this, but for all you know, West Ham might turn up to be the dark horses that pip everyone off, right? For all you know. But of course, let me bring on Jamie. Hi Jamie, how are you doing?
I just noticed I'd come on just as you're mentioning dark horses.
Yeah.
I think Antonio's a bit of a dark horse because of something he said recently. Is that if we don't meet his vision by the end of the season, that he's going to walk.
Yeah, which we've been saying. I mean, it's not really new, is it? The fans have been saying that all season. He needs backing, and when he sort of said, I think he said a few months back, it's like he's told Tottenham months ago, this is what I want. This is what you want to be successful. You've got to ask yourself, do you want to be successful? That's what I think he's saying. Because I think a lot of the press has said that he regularly told Daniel Levy some home truths that everyone else has been afraid to tell him.
But does Levy want to be financially successful or sporting successful? And that's the problem.
Well, this is it.
It's a clear message, though, isn't it, Brad? Yeah, I mean, it's the fact it's coming out in the press, and saying it before the media and obviously the fans, that basically this is my ambition. Yeah. It's up to the chairman, the board, to back me, because if they don't, the only reason I'm leaving this club, the only reason I'll be leaving this club is if my ambition or their ambition doesn't meet mine. And there's no leeway, there's no ifs and buts about it. No. So, but then the question, Stelios's main concern, even if he does leave, how many of the fan base are going to be sat there making excuses? Oh, look what's happened at Chelsea. But look what's happening there. So I don't know.
Guys, hold on, guys. Maisy, one last question to you before you make your move. Right, you had a choice now, right? Ten Hag, Poch, Conte. Who would you take? And after that, please plug your channel. Right, Devils United. Go ahead, Maisy.
Yeah, thank you honestly so much for having me on. It's been great and it's been lovely to meet everybody here on the channel today. Thank you all so much for having me on. In terms of the manager in itself, I would personally like to go for Ten Hag. He's a different kind of philosophy. attacking kind of philosophy there as well. So I'm not saying, of course, that other philosophies at Man United didn't work, but I think we need to start fresh with a brand new squad. And we've seen, I think Conte's an absolute brilliant manager, but we know that Conte hasn't lasted a long term at a lot of clubs. And right now we need long-term manager at the club. Poch has lasted long term at Tottenham Hotspur, but I just feel like for me, I'd take the risk and go with the Ten Hag just for the kind of manager he is, with the way he is with the youth as well, and he has shown to build up teams too. We've seen at Ajax twice, so I'd like him to do it at Manchester United. But I do think if he does come, we need a little change in the board. Not that we need it anyway, but I think we need more of an Ajax kind of system there as well. Hopefully maybe Van der Sar come to Man United, who knows though, but I'd like to take the risk with Ten Hag in my personal opinion.
Well, I think Man United and Spurs have got the same situation.
Hold on for a while. Ricky Villa is actually in Amsterdam at the moment, right? He knows what the Ajax fans are feeling, right? They are not happy with him at the moment too, right? They say that he's lost his magic. Maybe that's part of the precursor of him moving to MU. Maisy?
Potentially, I hope so, but we just never know neither. He could be even just happy at Ajax, but there's just all this paper talk, because we know that paper talk always does seem to happen, and we know that Poch was always linked to Man United but never came. We've seen links with Enrique there as well, so and I think we've seen links with Nagelsmann in the past as well. So we can never really be too sure until it actually gets fully announced. But I think Manchester United are looking for a manager who's already in the job, because if not, I think they would have already assigned him by now. And you can't exactly announce a manager who's already in a job just because of the club that they're currently at and their fans too. So that's what I personally think. Unless the manager is openly going to come out and say, I'm going to be leaving and coming to this club in the summer, I don't think Manchester United will announce a manager until the season has ended.
Is this the last year of Den Haag's contract? Or didn't he sign an extra year when Tottenham were linked with him?
Yeah.
And Maisy, please give your channel a shout out before you have to log off.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on. My YouTube channel is Devils United. I do Manchester United content for both the men and the women's football, so I try to make it a little bit more fair, and that way do a bit of both, like 50-50 on both, so people can have both the experiences on there. And you can also find me on my Twitter, which is @2_underscores and UFC Maze.
Yep. And Maisy, thanks for being on. And
thank you.
We'll catch up with you later. All right.
Yeah.
And have a good day. All right.
Big up Daisy. Big up Daisy.
Big up
Maisy.
I called it Daisy then.
Yeah.
Maisy.
Whatever
Daisy
manager
and
you
Kirsty.
get, Maisy, whatever manager you get, and both of us need a board change, you're not getting Kane.
All right, I guess that is the deal, because I don't want to spend over 100 million just for us to not get back to anywhere else.
All right, take care. We'll catch up later.
Thank you. See you all soon. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
All right. Let me send the bun the link. All right.
Oh, please don't. No.
He wants to have a chat with you, I guess.
I sent it to him, but he doesn't read his messages.
Yeah, Danny, we've sent you the link, right? Please read your WhatsApp messages, okay?
Eugene, I'm just going to get myself a coffee. Okay,
All right. Yeah. And what are you eating now, Jamie?
I'm eating. No, it's not pad thai. It's honey nut and oats with almonds. It's an American cereal.
Right. Okay.
Crunchy nut cornflakes. We'll call them crunchy nut.
No. It was
Okay,
got oats in it as well.
Yeah. Okay. Static has a question for us, right? About Bergwijn. Let me get back to this, right? Okay, Eugene panel, I actually got a question. What's going on with Bergwijn? Right? Will he leave Tottenham at the end of the season? What do you think, guys?
Decky's happened to Bergwijn. Decky's come in and he's hit the floor. You know, it's basically been he's done well. There's no way you drop Decky at the moment. Before Decky, it was Lucas, and if it wasn't Lucas, Bergwijn would come on. So essentially, he's falling third down the pecking order. I don't think he'll leave. I still think there's a role at right wing back for him. I really do. I really think he'll do a great job. Kimbo.
Yeah. Has there
Right.
been any confirmation as to whether Champions League was part of Decker's conditions?
Sorry?
What was that, mate?
It was mentioned in one of the previous broadcasts that I think Eugene actually said that someone said that there was
Hi, Kim.
Champions League was part of the conditions of Decker staying.
Oh,
No. I don't think so.
I think it was part of. If we qualify for the Champions League, then we have to sign him. I think that's what I heard.
Either way, we want to sign him. I'm sure.
No, I think I read it. It's not that. Now he's on an 18-month loan contract or something like that.
But we want to buy
obligations.
If he proceeds as he's going so far.
Mm-hmm.
What we don't want to do is a Lo Celso. You know, he had a good few months early on. We bought him early, and then realised we'd made a mistake. For some reason, Decky doesn't seem to be a potential mistake. He's linking up with Kane and Sonny really well. He's got a good relationship with Doherty, albeit against shit teams. But Bergwijn. I don't know, man. You know what my thoughts towards Bergwijn is. You know, I rate him. I think there's a player in there, and I'd just love to see him have a go at the right wing back. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Kuva saying Bob's spot on, right? Since Decky come in, actually more or less that Decky's a sub to Bergwijn, so maybe that's why. But the weird part is that we see a lot of games where we play when we are good, we look fantastic, but usually it's against very weak teams, right? But when we come up against stronger opposition, that has actually sussed us out now. If every manager in the league now knows how to play Tottenham, right, they will play the low block against us, right? Remember I've been saying if MU played low block, if MU low blockers, we will fall into the trap. Right.
But isn't that what you or someone said about Decker? That once they work out Decker, then suddenly he'll go from this wonder kid to he's gone. Okay, he'll be going from this being this wonder kid to just another player.
Yeah, hard to say. Eric Dyer is yes, I know.
Okay, very eloquent.
Kim's favorite player in the Spurs squad, Eric Dyer.
She has great command of the English language.
In all its colours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How are you doing, Kim? Haven't seen you some time. Hope you're doing well. Right. And okay, guys, come to the part now. Tonight's game. If I'm not mistaken, it's early in the morning. Early in the morning for us. And especially, right, we are playing Brighton. Right. Steven's an Arsenal supporter. Right. Steven, you there, Steven? I don't think he's there. Well, let's wait for Steven to come back, right? So let's chat.
I was probably too hard on him.
No, Steven's okay. Steven can take it, right? He's been with more Spurs supporters surrounding him than this. But I think he's gone out to do some things for a moment. But don't worry, he'll be back in a few minutes. Why don't we talk about the Brighton game, right? Based on our consistent performance, right? Tonight should be a win. Right, guys? Yep. Don't you think so?
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Well, if you had a bet on heads, tails for how long it's been, the odds on that will be pretty big, pretty long odds. So the odds on us winning, if you go back and betting we're going to win tonight on those sort of odds, then you're not.
But Brad, if you bet it on the Baccarat side of things, right? You can have that win lose, you know. banker player for
Yeah,
stretch.
I guess
You know
so.
what
I don't know. I've given up predicting Tottenham results.
Yeah.
It's a mugs game these days. It really is, because you never know what's going to happen. I don't like the fact that Brighton have lost their last 5 games. Actually, Spurs Express put out a tweet in the comments, what do you think the result will be tonight? And about 80% of them were for a Brighton win. So, these games against teams that have lost their last 5. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Hopefully they'll prove me wrong and get the win. I mean, we could break this win loss by winning tonight and then beating West Ham on Sunday. So that's an
that's
optimistic
true.
way, isn't it? So let's go with that. Let's go with that.
I have to be honest. In 40 odd years of supporting Spurs, I have never ever predicted anything but a Spurs win. Tonight, away to Brighton. You know what? Fuck it, we're going to win again. 2-0. 2-0.
Oh, Bob, I'm a natural pessimist. I've always been. Maybe it's supporting Spurs for longer than 40 years, but yeah, I'm a natural pessimist. But let's hope I'm wrong and you're right.
Yeah. Thanks, Static, for your support and your time. Right. Hope to catch up with you later. Right. And actually tonight, right, is quite important for Spurs and for Arsenal, right? Because Arsenal's playing Liverpool. Are they playing away or at home, Stephen?
We're playing at home.
You're playing at home, and you were saying that you're going to get battered by Liverpool tonight?
Pretty much. We'll probably end up losing. Yeah, I expect us to put a performance in. I think we actually will. If we put 110% and we still lose, then you can't argue with it. But if we don't...
Liverpool's not even beating us, mate. You'll be fine.
You sound like you're playing Everton because you got toffee in your mouth.
Yeah, no, man. But maybe I won't have a toffee next season, will I?
You won't have a toffee next season.
But yeah, like I do feel that despite how well we play, Liverpool just have too much for us. They got the bit between their teeth. So if we put 110% and we still lose, then I can't argue with it. If we don't, and it's the same pathetic performance I've seen before all season, and he sets up the same way that he does every time, which is, I'm going to play out from the back with a 4-2-3-1, and I don't care what I'm going to do, right? I'm not going to listen to anyone else. I'm going to la, I'm better, right? And then when we get back to 4-0 when we do it, right, then I'm going to call it out again, and it's exactly why.
I don't think you're getting battered, Stephen. I don't think you're getting battered, mate. Because
if we play the same way we playing against everyone else, playing out from the back, we will. So we'll never get out of our own half.
Don't you think the likes of Saka will have a big game? Because Liverpool, like it or not, and they can because they've got good defenders, but they do play with a high line. And if Odegaard's on his game, and Baka makes his, I really think there's a game in Baka tonight, and I do think Odegaard needs to get Saka. Sorry, Baka. Fucking hell.
Daka's at Leicester, mate. He's in.
That's it. Yeah. Saka. Yeah.
But this is why I've said, right, forget the 4-2-3-1. Stop playing out from the back. Every time you've done it, you've got absolutely smashed against Klopp. What you need to do is play 2 banks of 4, play Martinelli and Pepe up front, because Lacazette is about as much used as a chocolate fire guard, right, when he's up front. And then put long balls in behind, right? And you do that for 20 minutes, they'll drop back 5 yards, getting worried about it. Because Martinelli and Saka, you're telling me Van Dijk's going to try and beat Martinelli for pace? No way. No way. I don't care how people think how fast he is. He ain't that fast.
I'll tell you what else has happened is that Man City drawing on Monday, Liverpool are very much in the title race. So
that's
they're going to be really...
They're going to come out. They're going to come out of that tunnel thinking, we're taking this and we're going to batter the crap out of you doing it. They won't give 2 craps who they're playing against. They know they've got the opportunity to make a statement. And if they have to do it against Arsenal, they have to do it against Arsenal.
That's true.
The thing is, it's more like, how long can we hold out?
Yeah, but Stephen, do you think that if Xhaka is playing right, most probably he'll get a red card again? That might happen.
Mate, this is the problem every time you play Granit Xhaka. He plays well for about 10 games, then everyone goes, oh, he's actually having a turn of form, he's actually doing alright. And then he gets himself sent off, and then everyone calls him a wanker again.
Well, that's what you get for watching Arsenal.
Mate, come on. You're telling me as a Spurs fan that's what I get about supporting Arsenal when you lot ain't even seen a title. You ain't won a title since it was in black and white. Come on.
It doesn't matter.
Come on.
It's in the blood.
Come on.
It's in the blood. We have to defend even if we haven't got anything behind us to defend with. So.
Hey, listen, Jamie. They've never won the Audi Cup, mate. They can't touch it.
No, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
And they've got asterisks next to their name because in theory they should have been relegated now. So really,
have they ever beaten Bayern Munich in a final? Yeah, never beaten Bayern Munich in a final. We have.
Yeah. What was the scoreline at your gaff?
Oh no, not that. I forgot about that one.
Hang on, who scored the majority of the goals in that game? Was it Gnabry?
He didn't even show up earlier this season. He chickened out.
You've never been knocked out in the Conference League by a team whose manager's in fucking prison. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, but what about
mate? You know how bad things are when your manager's in prison. Your opposition manager's not even on the touchline. He's getting banged up for doing time, and he's not even allowed out of his isolation cell, and you're still getting peppered.
Team of firsts. Team of firsts, mate. Team of firsts.
Yeah, team of firsts.
Yeah.
By a team of shopkeepers as well. In Mura, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
I thought that was Lucas Moura's team.
Okay, you're reaching for that, so that's not quite on the money. So
but no. To tell the truth, guys, right? Tonight the two games that's been played, right, for both our teams, right? If you do lose to Liverpool and if we do beat Brighton, it will give us Spurs fans a certain kind of hope again that we're back in the top 4 race again.
We're still trying not to have a St Totteringham's Day.
That day's coming, Jamie. That day's coming this season, mate.
I think it's great, but I'm more worried about Chelsea. They're the ones winning the titles and that. That's the one I want to look to.
With Roman Abramovich, what is their future going to be? Is it under risk?
Downwards.
I told you. Look. Save the bridge. Save the bridge. Get pennies out. Save the bridge.
A penny for the Russian guy.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Blow the bridge up.
No, we can't. We don't condone terrorism.
Hang on. What's the song?
It's an act of mercy.
Falling down. Falling down.
That's London. Yeah, Stamford.
Stamford Bridge is falling down. Yeah. But there's no Chelsea fan here to defend himself, so we won't go there, right? So,
stirring them up.
Well, Stamford Bridge or the topic?
Both of them.
There's no Chelsea fan here because they're all Man City fans now. So.
Don't choke on your coffee. But to be a bit more on a serious point, right? In this run-in, we were saying something like this, right? The most important game of the season might end up to be the penultimate game, right? When Liverpool will have to play MU, right? And we guys will have to play Arsenal, right? Because don't forget, there's one more game.
Lasagna Gate.
There's one more game that has not been announced.
Gate.
Let's call it COVID game.
Where's my chef's knife?
Well, probably with the team when they didn't show up for their fixture earlier this season.
No, to tell the truth, right? Stephen was one of the guys that was saying, right, what's wrong with Arteta, right, pulling that kind of stunt, right? He was saying, why you weren't too happy about the game being postponed too, right, Stephen?
No, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with it at all. I'm like, you getting rid of Maitland Niles and you want your game postponed.
Yeah.
Right, okay, that makes sense. Because I got no midfielders. Well, you just sold one.
Enough players overall to field a team.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you can't sit there and moan to the FA that I've got no midfielders to play this game when you've just sold Maitland-Niles onto. Oh, I can't remember who he sold him onto. I don't even, not even bothered. Like, but you loaned him out, so
Maitland-Niles
I'm
went
sorry.
to
I'm sorry.
Roma,
That's what
right?
Yeah, but I think I think that's where he went to. The FA should have just gone. Now you're all right. Bye. Like, jog on, play it.
Yeah.
It certainly made the North London derby, not that it ever needed it, but it certainly made it a bit more spicy now.
Yeah, like where we needed there to be spicy, it's always spicy.
Yeah. And Nick Barry and whatever else your name is.
EastEnders.
Yeah. you have to make a move soon, right? So
Yeah, I've got to go and get those pesky kids, unfortunately. Before they
So you're the bad guy in Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Pesky kids.
Actually, when I got a friend request from you, Nick,
All about here is a bark of a dog in the background.
Who's Nick?
Who's Nick? Who's it?
Raggy?
And plug your plug Shelf Stack.
Plug Johnny's channel. So yeah, we're on tomorrow night.
Sounds painful.
We've got Bobby K on tomorrow night, all the way from Canada. He's off work, so Bobby K is coming on.
With his kids coming on every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think it is like half-term break or something over there. So we've got him on tomorrow night. We'll be reviewing probably the Brighton game, not the Man U game, because I think that's been done to death. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen on a Thursday show with us. So yeah, head on over, like, subscribe, Persuasion, and any of the other channels, Twitter. Like these lovely gentlemen are all on.
You want to promote Twitter? Follow Twitter. It needs some help.
But usually on the Shelf site, it never ends about football anyway, right? It always swings into something else. So it's never about football.
It's a bit too early before the watershed to talk about things that it may go down. So yeah, hopefully see everyone over there tomorrow. Big up to everyone in the chat, and let's hope for a. I'm gonna go 2-1 Spurs tonight. So
yeah.
Cheers,
2-1
Barry.
Spurs.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
See you, Nick. Take care, mate.
Right. Okay. So let's get back to the games tonight, right? Brad, let's put it out there. Liverpool, Arsenal, Liverpool. What do you think is going to happen?
I think Arsenal Liverpool might be a draw. I think Arsenal. Actually.
What, you mean fans will go to the game? It'll be a draw.
I think it'll be a draw. Actually, I think both games will be a draw. We haven't drawn for a long time, and that will break the sequence.
And that's because Daniel Levy wouldn't pay for the pencils.
Yeah. I try and be.
See, Arthur got that one.
I just ignored it. No, I think that. As I said, I've got fed up predicting Spurs results. We're so inconsistent. Well, that's the only inconsistent thing about us is that we're inconsistent. But I think that record will be broken tonight. But I've got a feeling both games will be draws, which doesn't really help anyone for that matter. But if we win tonight, Arsenal lose, and we beat West Ham on Sunday, then I might have a slight little bit of hope. But apart from that,
it's not even April, and we're already looking at knock-on effects to help us.
And Arthur, tonight's game and the Arsenal Liverpool game, what do you think will happen?
I reckon 3-1 Liverpool tonight, and I can't predict their Brighton game because they're an awkward bunch. So tough to beat. I'll go for 1-0 Spurs.
I'll say always look on the Brighton side of life. We'll win 2-1.
They're not an easy side to beat, I'll tell you.
Yeah. But Stephen, what do you think? Do you think we'll beat Brighton?
No.
I like Stephen so much. His answers are so nice. No. Why? Why won't we beat Brighton? Our consistent track record, right, is win, lose, right? So we've lost to MU. We're supposed to beat Brighton tonight.
Unless Potter doesn't turn up, no.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Like,
He's
mate,
right.
he don't. I just feel Bright. But then, to be fair, Brighton have been on a poor form recently, so
Yeah.
Well, we can always pay them off. American Express, that'll do nicely.
yeah, I know. But Matt side says, but do you know what? I'll go for a draw. To be honest,
Stop! I haven't finished yet.
I bet I'll go for a draw. Bet it's
You
a
go
draw.
for a draw too. Yeah, go for a draw. Right. But like I've been saying, based on the consistent record that we've been having, the win-loss, right? I think we'll win tonight. Right.
Ding dong,
But
ding dong, ding dong.
yeah, the ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. But I guess the big test will actually for us will come on Sunday. The weekend, who are you guys playing, Stephen?
The weekend.
Yeah.
On the weekend we're playing. Shit.
All right.
Is that that's who you're playing?
Yeah, I know. I forgot. I think we're playing. Oh yeah, we're playing Aston Villa, aren't we? Yeah, we're playing Aston Villa.
Oh, okay.
Villa.
So,
Oh, yeah,
so,
so-
so your first answer was correct anyway.
Yeah, it was correct anyway.
Mind you, it'll be easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if Villa are winning that with 5 minutes to go, I might watch it.
No, but you're playing away or at home?
Yeah, it's at Villa.
I think
Yeah,
you're playing
we're
away.
away.
Right? You're away, so the Villa has a chance.
You must be at home. We're away, aren't we? Oh no,
No, we're away. We're
No,
away.
we're at home.
We're at home.
home Sunday. So you're away, yeah.
So this is wonderful. Steve's the only one keeping our age, mean average age down, because all of us are middle-aged or older.
That's the only Premier League game on Saturday, according to this.
Yeah.
Is it
Sorry?
cup quarterfinals this weekend?
I'm not sure, but it's Mother's Day the following weekend.
Not for me, because Mum lives in Australia. It's not till May.
Yeah.
No.
Our Mother's Day is in May.
I have two, because my mum in England and my mother-in-law in the Philippines.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Our Mother's Day is in May too.
What are you eating,
Borrow Chelsea on.
Mawams.
Yeah, borrow Chelsea on. Saturday.
Fruity.
Yeah. So that means you guys will be playing on in this weekend, and this weekend there will be some FA Cup games along the way.
Yeah.
Throw in the
Yeah.
Is your game Sunday as well?
No, Saturday early kickoff.
Yeah, I thought it would be.
Our game is Sunday,
Yeah, 4:30.
4:30. That
GMT.
will be 4:30 GMT. That will be 1600. That will be about 12.
Wait, no, I'm not sure, because Arthur, is it this weekend that the clocks go forward in England?
No, not till the end of March. 27th of March.
Yeah.
No.
So Mother's Day and British summertime on the same day. Okay.
Okay. Oh.
And
no.
I don't know if Stephen knows these people, but David Harris and Jack Kinnicky are over. Well, actually, David's here for the Brighton game, but they're both over for the West Ham game.
Eugene, the F1 stream's cancelled for
Yeah,
today.
so hopefully meeting up with them on Sunday for a.
Sorry, the F1
Yeah.
stream was cancelled.
It's postponed to tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I got a watch along earlier today and I got no blood. The message so I'm trying to conserve
I
the
know.
energy.
All right. Good. Yeah. But if it's tomorrow, then most probably I won't be able to join you. But your show will be your F1 show will be at 11 p.m. right?
I've had to
Four-
say it would be 4 p.m. actually tomorrow.
4 p.m. GMT. That's 11 p.m. 12 p.m. my time. 12 a.m. my time. I might be able to hop on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brad, I stand corrected. I've just checked gov.uk, and you are indeed right.
Yeah. No,
My-
that means Jamie, so be prepared this Sunday, right? We might be able to do a crazy stream.
Okay, it's always a crazy stream, but not in hours. But that really depends. That really depends.
Yeah. Well, it might not be a really crazy stream. I might be back from work around 11:30. So if the match is around 12:30, so maybe I'll do a watch along. That's all.
Yeah,
Right,
it all
for
depends.
Spurs
It all
version.
depends on if anyone's got keys. Has either Kim or
No, I'll do it. I'm
Red.
saying.
He's got the
Yeah.
I'll
keys
do
to
it.
the shed to let you in so he can do the streaming.
Oh no, he doesn't have the key. No, he doesn't have the keys to the StreamYard. Yeah. But I say I'll do it if I'm back
So
from work early
so
enough.
what you're saying prospectively is that we might be having a Spurs Asian watch along starting at about 11:30 p.m. our time.
Yes, something like that, or maybe 12 a.m. our time. Right. So
Okay.
just be yeah.
Eugene,
Yes, Arthur.
I won't be able to make the meeting Sunday.
Okay. Right.
Well,
We'll talk about we'll talk about that in the back room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, remember
right.
to do a thumbs down on the appropriate message
We'll
board.
talk about that in the back room.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
Yeah.
I didn't mention anything beyond message board.
Pieces of eight.
Yeah.
Pieces of eight.
Was it not Captain Birdseye? Captain
yeah,
Pugwash.
yeah. But guys, before we go on, right? Stephen, the Bahrain Grand Prix. What
Yep.
time does it start? Is it free practice? Free practice is on Friday or on?
No,
wait.
I got a preview on Friday. It's at 9 p.m.
All right.
And then I've got the Grand Prix is at 2:40 p.m. So it starts at 3. Then you've got qualifying, which also starts at 3 as well.
It's ridiculous. I mean, the previous season's only just ended, and then they're starting all over again. There's no breathing space.
No,
It's because they want 25 races a season.
Yeah. So that
That's
means
their target.
wait,
And 20, and they want 26 drivers on the grid.
Friday's test. What's it? Friday is
practice.
Free practice is on Friday.
Yeah,
Then
Hamilton's saying that the car is not a fast enough car yet, but then again, everyone's saying it's Mercedes and Ferrari up the front.
Yeah,
From the
they
pecking
always say
order at
that.
the minute.
Yeah, they always say
So,
that. Red
and then
Bull
Red
and
Bull
Ferrari said the pecking. Red Bulls and Ferrari said.
I don't
at the
care
top
as
of-
long as someone pisses all over Red Bull. I couldn't give a fuck.
I know.
Well,
I know.
if they have Red Bull, they'll probably do that anyway over something
Mate,
else.
if I saw Horner in the street, I'd punch him in the mouth. He's a prick.
Oh no, that means Stephen.
All I can say is Verstappen. What? No violence, please.
No. Look, at least there's one thing with Hamilton, right? He didn't need the FIA to win him a title.
Fair enough.
So
right.
I think Verstappen's going to be the man with the guy with the black hat this season. He's going to be the bad guy.
He's a bad guy anyway, mate. The way he drives. You
So that
deliberately
means-
brake test someone and think that's acceptable. Right, okay.
So the timing for qualies is 2 p.m. GMT or 3 p.m. GMT.
Oh yeah, so quick. I didn't.
It's 3 p.m.
Starting of
No,
qualies is 3 p.m. GMT. Right.
It's
The
not
race
eating.
also starts
It's not eating. It's Moams. They're fruit juice.
The qualifying and race starts at 3 p.m.
qualifying. The race starts at 3 p.m.
Qualifying
Qualifying.
is at 3 p.m. Saturday.
Brad, I
Race
thought we
is
said
3 p.m.
Quality
Sunday.
Street.
The main race is also at 3 p.m. Sunday. All right.
Yeah.
So that means everything's at 11. Okay. Maybe we'll be able 1.5 hours. I'll be able to do the watch along. Then after that, hop on to the Spurs game straight away.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm expecting a highly caffeinated Eugene.
I've got a story about Grand Prix. When I lived in Adelaide and Adelaide had the Grand Prix, I used to work for the council. And the council used to invest their money in the local government finance authority, and their offices overlooked one of the street tracks, one of the actual track, and we used to get invited to it with a free pass. And they basically used to put on free food, free drinks, and we sit there on the balcony watching the qualifying of the Grand Prix. That was absolutely brilliant.
I did an F1 for the British Grand Prix. We did an F1 experience, and where we had the picture with the championship trophies that you don't get to see given, so a special gala, so like only invites only. You don't get to see the Pope. We got a special photo. We got Paddock Club on a Friday night. We had also what else do we have? Pictures with we walked up and down the grid where Hamilton's main mechanic stood by the car as well. It was real like proper experience that you got like driven around the track on the back of the parade truck, and us and we when we were having a pictures taking the championship trophies, literally out of nowhere, David Croft came down to see us. Like came down to the trackside to see the guests like doing this special experience, and he was just about to walk away, and I was just like, "Oi, Crofty, get in here, take a picture." So, and it worked out in the end because not this last charity stream I just did, the charity stream before, which was last year. It was an 8-hour stream, and he came on the channel for an hour.
Oh, brilliant! That's brilliant.
So,
But
so
Adelaide, when Adelaide had the Grand Prix, that Grand
I
Prix
still keep in
weekend
contact
was
with him on
mental.
Insta.
That was
Oh,
that's
mental.
nice.
The Grand Prix weekend in Adelaide was mental. The whole place came alive. And I used to get disturbed for my English accent because obviously I'm from England. And they said to me, if
Although
you go to the bar,
you did say Adelaide.
yeah,
Adelaide.
if you go to the bar, well, yeah, that's for living there for 20 years. They say if you go to the bars around Adelaide and talk with an accent, if the girls come up to you, just tell them you're in the pit crew. So, you know.
Okay. No, but the only experience I had was, I think must have been 1985 or 86. It was when there was a crash at the start of the British Grand Prix at Brands Hatch, and the French driver broke both his legs, and had to be helicoptered off. And Mansell and Piquet were both in the Williams team, and Mansell won the Grand Prix then. And
yeah, he famously came off the Adelaide Grand Prix of '85. I think it was '85 when he famously came off when he could have won the championship that race, and he lost his tyres.
all
No,
I remember.
that was 86. That was 80. That was 86.
Yeah, all I remember. I think the French guy that broke his legs was in a Simod car, and Ayrton Senna was still driving for Lotus. So,
Really?
but it was at Brands Hatch, which I always think is the better course than Silverstone.
I mean, I could go for, what was it? Nice. I could go for literally every world champion from about 1950 to now.
Wow.
Guys, do you remember?
Do
Do any of you guys remember the six wheel F1 cars?
Yeah, the six-wheel Tyrrell.
Oh yeah, I was really like, what?
So you got Farina 50, Fangio, Ascari, Fangio, Mike Hawthorne, Jack Brabham,
that sounds
Phil
like
Hill,
the Far Show.
Graham Hill,
Graham
Hill, Jim Clark, John Surtees, Jim Clark, Jack Brabham, Denny Hume is the one I always get mixed up with. Graham Hill, Jackie Stewart, Joachim Rindt, Jackie Stewart, Fittipaldi, Jackie Stewart, Fittipaldi, then Niki Lauda, James Hunt,
What?
Niki Lauda, Argenti, Jody Scheckter 79, Alan Jones, PK Rosberg, PK Lauda, Prost, PK Senna, Prost, Senna, Mansell, Prost, Schumacher, Hill, Villeneuve, Hakkinen, Schumacher, Alonso, Raikkonen, Hamilton, Button, Vettel, Hamilton, Rosberg, Hamilton. Should have been Hamilton, it's Verstappen.
Very impressive, Stephen. Very impressive.
Oh yeah. But
Okay, that was his F1 broadcast for today.
no, but guys, but guys, this is the new era, right? Because they've been saying in the past
that's a
40
company
years.
that makes baseball caps. New era.
The new era for F1, right?
The new ground effect era.
Yeah, the new ground effect era.
Better racing.
Hopefully to promote better racing.
To be fair, I looked at some of the testing and they are following a lot closer than they were before. So
But can they
what it looks
overtake?
like-
That's
Well,
the
if they,
question.
no, the thing is can they follow close enough to overtake to get the
Right.
slipstream they need? And at the moment,
Right.
they are following a lot closer than they were. So it does look
Ooh.
like can.
What's that? Telecaster.
Oh, Arthur, what's that? What's that? What's that?
Okay. Guitar.
No, because he was showing the diamond
one.
anniversary of the Shadows.
No, Hank Marvin, well known for his red Stratocaster, which he imported from America.
Yeah.
Okay, you're now stepping into the boundaries that go before my existence. So I'm a 70s baby.
But
so
Stephen,
Jamie, are you a Strat man or a Telly man?
I couldn't say.
Or
Whichever guitar
Wow.
was used by the guy that sold his soul to the devil, Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page.
Well,
Stephen,
he was mainly a Les Paul, but he used that.
Brad?
That's
Brad?
brilliant.
do you know what they are?
CDs.
vinyl.
It's some form of Strat. What is it?
No. Look at the top.
Oh, is that a
Okay,
Gibson?
right. Eugene, we've been hijacked by Musos and F1.
What is that, Arthur? What is
No,
that?
F1. I'm okay with F1, right? But
But he's now
This is
talking
going-
about. He's now talking about.
this is going far.
1950s,
Wait,
early
wait.
60s pop music.
Yeah, they're going way
Yeah,
back.
you lost me, mate.
You lost us too, right? Going way back.
It hasn't got a Strat neck, has it? It's got a.
See the headstock?
No,
Yeah.
us elders are reminiscing.
I know.
I got three of those.
Really?
Yeah. But Stephen, you still there?
Yep.
He
Yeah.
was,
But Stephen,
he was-
no, I'm just one question for F1, right? With all the new rule changes and all that, do you think there'll be some sort of surprise package coming out from? Yeah, Bobby.
Ferrari
Bobby,
looks strong.
Yeah.
They said it's Ferrari and Mercedes
Bob.
at the top in a minute.
No, but Ferrari is not a surprise package, right? Ferrari is supposed to be there, right? Are you talking about something like a McLaren
Well,
or
compared to
Alpha Tauri?
no. Hang on. Compared to the last 2 years, they are a surprise package.
I mean, yeah, talk about
Compared
that.
to the last 2 years, they are. But
yeah.
you've also got McLaren up there as well. They've looked like I don't think they're quite on top of their package yet, but they're there. It also depends how they sort this problem that's been developing.
The bouncing,
Yeah, the porpoising problem.
the porpoising, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, there could be a few surprises, but nothing that I'd still expect the usual to be at the top though, to be honest.
So that means for you that if Ferrari pulls out something out of the back, right, that would be the big surprise.
There's been a lot of hype around Ferrari in this season. So
There was a lot of hype around Ferrari last season.
No, there was a lot. No,
Oh, sorry, it wasn't. No, Ferrari wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't Ferrari.
2019.
The season. Yeah, the season.
2019 there was supposed to be a lot of hype, and it didn't come to fruition. This season there seems to be a lot of hype, and so far in testing they're backing it up. But then they did that in 2019, back it up in testing, and then look what happened.
Yeah, that's true. Right. But guys, we're coming up to the 1.5 hours. I'll go around the panel for the last thoughts. I'll start with Stephen. Last thoughts on tonight's game that you're going to play Liverpool, right? Any last thoughts apart from a Teta out?
Yeah, God help us. God help us.
God help you. All right. And Brad, we against Brighton?
Yeah, well, as I said, I predicted a draw in both games, but my day Wednesday's been quite a good day so far. So I'm sure the powers that be on say, hang on, you can't enjoy your Wednesday that much. So we'll see. Who knows?
It's the hump day.
Hump day. Yeah. Well, it doesn't make much difference to me now. Now I'm semi-retired, so.
And Brad, what about your guitar channel? Are you going to plug it?
Right. Okay.
You have to, otherwise it won't be heard.
It's still. I'm still trying to. My amplifier I was using for my vocals broke, So I bought a new one, and now the amplifier for my vocals is so shit that it feeds back. As soon as you turn anything up, it feeds back. So I've got to now get my old amp repaired, and I can use that. So as soon as I can get the vocals sorted out, that you can actually hear the vocals, then I'll be putting stuff on YouTube. But I'm hoping I go away to Canada and Australia at the end of May, so I'm hoping to get something up between now and then. So hopefully,
I suggest that you do some vlogging whilst you're out there that you can put onto your channel when you return.
Oh no, I'm going to, because the demo tape that I did 30 years ago, it's the 30-year anniversary of that demo tape. So I've now hooked up with the original guitarist. So we're going to be re-recording some stuff in Australia and hopefully putting that on YouTube as well. And he can actually play.
Okay.
I can only play averagely after about 2 years, but he's been playing for 30, 40 years, so he can actually play. So it could be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. But you will know. You will be the first to know. You guys will be the first to know.
Yep. And Arthur, your last thoughts? Brighton game?
Yeah, I said earlier, 1-0 Spurs.
All right, 1-0 Spurs. All right, guys, I'll put you guys in the back room for a while I just say the goodbyes to the guys in the chats and all that.
Everyone in the chat. Bye, everyone in the chat. Take care. Have a great day.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Smash.
Oh, just took Stephen out. I always do that, right, Jamie? I take people out before they finish saying things.
Normally me.
Yeah. That's true. But guys, just to say a big shout out to the guys in the chats, right? Especially Chris Agamba, Bobby was on the show, right?
Kuva, Cody Mack,
Cody Mack. Who
Jens,
else do we have? Jens, right? Ricky,
Catman Jess,
Catman
Static,
Jess, Static, Eva Man from Hong Kong. Big up to Eva
Niall
Man.
Kane, Sabelo, Malana, probably from South Africa.
Milana, all right, big up, first time seeing you. Right, Danny Kiriakou, Danny
SSS,
Kiriakou,
which will be Einstein.
Johnny Einstein, right? Who else do we have? Right, more or less, have we said call out everyone's name yet?
Leicester Slide Die TV.
Oh, that's Chris, right? A big up to Chris too, right, guys? Thanks for your support, thanks for your time, right? Who else do we have?
K.
Bobby K, yes, big up to Bobby K too.
Wayne
Bonner, right? Bobby K and Wayne Bonner, right?
And you, and Ben Kaufman.
And Ben Kaufman, yes. Most probably Ben is doing his coffee show now, right? Most probably I'll be hopping onto his coffee show later, right? But Ben has got a very nice show called The Coffee Company, right, guys? If you ever follow it, please go and check out Coffee Company. It's a cool show. We talk about a lot of things apart from football, but sometimes we do talk about football, right? And usually I'm on that stream. I will be saying BV out, right? So, your predictions for tonight?
I think King Arthur is fairly on the money. If we win it, it's not going to be a landslide, but I'm going for a win. Narrow
win for you. So I think based on Brighton's recent form and our recent consistency record, right? The stats are going to back this, right? We're going to win and we're going to smash Brighton, right? Before we say goodbye, there's one more thing. Any more last words from you, Jamie, before I end?
I will say, Levy, get your money out unless you want Conte to walk out.
I'll say Conte walk out and still Levy out. Bye-bye, guys.